Tattooism is an assessment of several key questions. What constitutes contemporary tattooing? What are the circumstances, the environments, and the interaction that define it? This book views tattooing as working in unity with graphic design, fashion, and fine art. This view stems from investigation of three key studios: Switzerland's Leu Family, Alex Binney's Into You, and Lal Hardy's New Wave Studio in London. Each of the three is an important bridge from one static tradition to an elastic definition of tattooing, one that connects reverences for the craft with a celebration of endless imagination. From these examples, tattooism offers angles of investigation rather than strict answers, aiming to build a foundational premise for tattooing as it transitions from one generation to another. Tattooism embraces tattooing as artistic practice, equal to graphic design or painting, and inexorably tied to broader social and societal trends. Tattooism understands that artists are products of their respective environments, schoolings, interests, and connection. And, above all, it celebrates the peculiarities this creates. The originating idea of the book comes from the opportunity to link global and local scene through connection to pioneering tattoo studios. The first section of Tattooism, naturally, drives into several of the most influential of their spaces, with the Leu Family, Alex Binney's Into You, and Lal Hardy's as focus. In the second section, the book introduces a series of studios and single artists who exemplified tattooism and who follow the Leu Family, Binney and Hardy, all typified by an equal balance of respect for the past and steadfast belief in the capacity to advance ideas. Throughout are brief essays contextualizing stylistic movements, including the globalization of Chicano Style. Different styles and subsets of tattooing are represented throughout. Practitioners of black work share pages with artists specializing in neo-traditional. Others highlight the continual progression of irizumi, the traditional Japanese style, while another subset takes stick and poke to an erudite level. The assembled artists underscore a single point. Contemporary tattooing is not easily defined by aesthetic. It is instead symptomatic of the vastness of visual culture in the internet age, and the seemingly universal desire for human connection within it. The studios represented by Tattooism offer many different presentations of tattooing. There are street shop and private studio, and even less traditional spaces that make the entire event an experience. All, however, are philosophical descendants of the Leu Family iron, Into You and New Wave. These places, including New York Adorned, Frisk Street, State of Grace, aka Bearland, Blunt and Eisen, Saved, Saint Bleu, and more, are establishing the present and future of the current tattoo scene and make concrete the foundation for contemporary tattooing. Within the later half of the book, Nicola parties in conversation on the connection between tattooing and fine art. In other passages, there are discussions of the role of travel, the history of the tattoo machine, and an annotated bibliography of contemporary tattoo texts. All of these elements ground the circumstances of contemporary tattooing and serve as conversation starter for future investigation in tattooing. Tattooism ends with the handy directory of all artists. The sum of its parts celebrates belief in the power of exchange to prompt another generational change in tattooing.